Welcome back to Ford Space. This episode we're going to be back on the DDR kit car, and we are going to test fit the rear motor, which is actually the front motor from the Tesla, because we're going to swap them around. On the front, in case you missed it, in order to get the front motor to sit in the front, we would have to basically put the motor inside the footwell of a cab right here. That's not going to happen. So we're going to take the front motor, which is a smaller motor, put it in the rear, and the big motor up front. So we'll do that swap, then only the mounting point is going to be inside the cab, and that's just in the center section, so that's not the section you put your feet in. So that's going to work out for us. We'll have more power to the front, and then, so it's like a 60-40 split front to rear. Which should be all right for this build. I'm not looking to be drifting this thing. A, it's all-wheel drive. B, it's gonna go fast in a straight line, and it's gonna look pretty. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and hop on getting the rear motor, front rear motor in the rear. To get started, we have the half shafts in here. What I need to do is I need to pull them out so that way they're not in the way of a motor, and that way I don't go scratching it up more than I have to. So we're gonna go ahead, take the retaining nuts out, and then pop these out. We're gonna take it and put a bar across the center of the axle just so we can mark it on the frame where that is the center point for positioning of a motor. So let's go ahead and take these out, and then we'll get the motor in here and fit it up. Chevy decided to be a little weird with this. Why would you have a normal size when you can have an odd size and use a 33 millimeter? So I got something close to it. Okay, can't find a 33 anywhere to save my life. So go ahead, hit it with some ugga-duggas and see if we can get it to break loose. So I got this wedged down, so as we try to break it loose, it'll keep it from spinning, and we'll give it a try with this guy. If we have to get a cheater bar on it, we'll get a cheater bar on it. Oh, all right, man, that started to bow that 1-inch bar, and that's an 1/8-inch wall. Wasn't too bad. The other side's gonna do the same. One. Well, that one just does not want to go. So much so that it broke my breaker bar. Well, shoot. All right, let's see what we can do. Well, I've been going at it with an impact driver at 120 PSI, and nothing. So I think I need to go and grab the torch and give it a little persuasion. So let's hit it with a torch and see what happens. Maybe we can break loose that way. should just go. I'm gonna try the other side, see if that's easier. This side's going. It's just that side. I'm really hoping I don't have to torch this too, but it's a good thing we're buying new CV axles and hubs because damn, that dude did not want to come out of there. But a little bit of heat and, you know, persuasion from the sledge, that got it out. Okay, all these splines are twisted, means whatever this was in previously, guy was hammering on it pretty damn good. Cool, all right. Well, we know we need one new axle to hack up to make another one. That one's good. So maybe I'll just replace them both anyways. We'll see. Gotta hack them up and then spline them with the Tesla one. Axles are out, motor goes in. We're gonna lay down some 2x4s across here. That way when we sit it on here, it's not gonna scratch things up, and we'll see how well or how well it doesn't fit. Let's go. We gotta turn it around. Right here. Previously, I had marked out this dot right here. This is the center of the battery casing. So, and we got another mark right here for the center. This needs to be centered with a casing because that's the center of a differential. So we are going to have this, and it is right where it needs to be on this side. I'm gonna go and center it out back. So this is pretty center out back here too, but these mounts need to be parallel right here. So we gotta go up a bit. Okay, front's good. So we're gonna leave that sitting down and we're just gonna elevate the back end over here. All right, so this motor is in position. We got a good gap over here. Everything looks pretty good. We're gonna have to cut out these corner braces right here because we're gonna have to do our mounting tabs right in here. So we'll go ahead and do that. But this motor's in, and then it needs to go up about an inch. So just two little things. Should be pretty easy. And it's been 1 week since the order. So I ordered these mounting brackets through Send Cut Send. Not sponsored, not anything. Saw it on Super Fast Matt, and I decided to give them a try. And I got Swedish Fish minis with my order. Not sure what that's about. All right, and these hole sizes are way off. Good news is, I was anticipating having to redo these holes anyways. So what we're gonna do is weld washers in place to position the retainer and go from there. So let's go ahead and get these unpackaged. We'll touch these up. And then we'll do the front bracket first, and then we gotta cut and do the rear brackets. Okay, I got this measured out exactly centered. So now we have to get these in here. So we're gonna go towards the back with a loop. And this is gonna go through. It's gonna go into the hole right here, out the other side, and then we're gonna bolt it together and then put it in place. So we're gonna have to lift this up while we close this up. We're gonna go ahead and do this again. I had to take it back off. I had to put a little notch in there for a bead weld down there. It's that or a grind that flush. This was easier. So we're gonna put this back together. I'm gonna take and put it in one washer on the inside as a little bit of spacer to create a gap. That way, to pull the motor and put it back in, it's gonna be easy. And once it tightens up, that's just gonna flex in a little bit and clamp down on that bushing. That is completely flush on this side. It's a hair up on this, just because this bar is a little bit lower. So now we're gonna measure it back and forth, make sure that it is centered still after moving it a little bit. And then if it's good, we're gonna tack this in place. Next step is we need to jack the back of the motor up. Now it's set at the same height as the front. We got good clearance underneath. Let's see how much. Yeah, we got about a 1/4 inch clearance underneath the front mount to the frame, so that is perfect. So now we got to get these leveled by bringing this guy up. So let's loosen those bolts up there. Just a little bit, and then we'll elevate the back end. Looks about 1 inch, and then we'll have to cut, well, we might have to cut this first, because we're gonna have to cut it to put a notch in it. Then we're gonna slide the mounting hardware right on over, right here. And so on both sides. So slide over and create a mounting bracket for us right here and on the other side. So let's mark up where we need to notch this. We'll notch this one and this one, and then get these in place. Jack this up, make sure it sits good. Then we'll remove the paint and weld these in. All right, so I had to notch the inside to accommodate those welds. Now we should be Up or down? I think we need to go down. There we go. All right, let's get the bolt through there. All right, so this guy is in position. So we'll weld it in place here. We still need to maybe notch this corner off right here, just because we'll need to be able to get this nut on and off. But otherwise, it's good, and we'll take and put another plate on the top side right here to brace it, keep it from tilting. That way there's no stress risers and it doesn't crack the welds. But this side's good. Let's get the other side on there, make sure that's good. It is centered, so we're almost there. All right, let's see how we did. All right, and the motor is freely hanging. Yeah, it's not bad at all. Sweet. So now, like I said, we're gonna do basically a 2x2 square, I think. 2 by 2.5. So 2 inches wide, 2.5, and then we're gonna put it in right here, both sides, and we should be done. All right, folks. Well, there it is. Motor is all mounted up. We got the mounting tabs done on both sides and the front. It is sitting there and it is good. Next thing, we're hopping up front and working on the front motor. See you next time. Thank you for watching.